You're watching On the Radar on the Storm TV Network channel. You're watching On the Radar on the Storm TV Network channel.
Alright, welcome over to the Storm TV Network YouTube channel. I'm Chief Forecaster David Alford. We're coming on the air with national weather. It's been a little while since we've last done some national weather content, and here we are today, ending, I don't know how long we've done, or how long it's been since we've done severe weather coverage, but we're back with it today. And we got a lot to talk about already. So as we go back to our alert map right now, you can see two different yellow boxes or yellow areas, you got two different areas that are shaded in colors. One yellow, one pink. We got Illinois, we got Iowa, northern Missouri, and a tornado watch. Then we got a pink area that is a severe thunderstorm watch for Iowa, and even southwestern Wisconsin, with a risk of large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes this afternoon. Even flooding will be a risk. However, today's risk, areas in yellow will have the better favored risk for a few tornadoes. In the severe thunderstorm watch, mainly going to be experiencing large hail and gusty winds, but not rule out an isolated tornado as well. Locations impacted include Burlington, Davenport, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Waterloo, Des Moines, Winterset, and areas in the vicinity in this watch. Again, tornado watch and a severe thunderstorm watch for 4 states here in the Central Plains and the Midwest. Today, we are introducing a storm chaser, Brandon Kopic. He is live out there right now in Madison County in Iowa. We'll have his feed on the stream here and there for updates. Of course, you can tune on to the stream every here and there for updates with him and updates on the radar as we continue to track things. All right, here's what's going on this afternoon. We got a area of thunderstorms right now in the severe thunderstorm watch and tornado watch zone. As of right now, in the area of Des Moines, just north of y'all, we have a pretty good storm right now. Not severe, not strong, just a good old storm, but producing tons of lightning out there this afternoon. But later today, these storms are expected to really intensify and will bring a decent severe weather threat later. As of now, the National Weather Service being cautious and just to be safe to make sure nothing really gets crazy yet. And that's why we have watches in effect. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at one severe thunderstorm warning this afternoon taking place in Florida and Georgia. So we're going to fly over there and take a look at this. A severe thunderstorm warning just to the east of Tallahassee, Florida, as well as a flood alert in the Tallahassee region. But severe thunderstorm warning this afternoon in the Panhandle of Florida and far southern Georgia here. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning here. It's barely a severe warning, but a severe warning for Jefferson, Madison, and Brooks counties until 3 o'clock for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. In this region, no tornado watch, no severe thunderstorm watch. We are A-OK for this area. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at today's storm weather outlook here, coming in from the Storm Prediction Center from Norman, Oklahoma. They are outlooking a good section of the continental United States in a level 1 risk of severe weather from Canada to Mexico. So a very large area under a marginal risk of severe weather. A level 2 risk of severe weather in the Texas Panhandle, parts of New Mexico, and a sliver of Oklahoma. Then we have another level 2 risk of severe weather for Colorado, northwestern Kansas, southern and southwestern sections of Nebraska, and southeastern Wyoming. Today's severe weather outlook in Florida, where we have an active warning, no severe weather risk anticipated at this time. Alright, then we have a level 2 risk of severe weather from Kansas City to Topeka to Des Moines, Cedar Rapids to Madison, Chicago, and Michigan under that level 2 risk of severe weather. Then we have this level 3 risk of severe weather where we have an active tornado watch right now just west of Cook County in Chicago. We got Davenport, Aurora, Iowa City, Burlington, Galesburg, Ottawa, Centerville, all in this level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for severe weather later this afternoon. And as we take a look at today's threats, today's tornado threat is actually quite high from Davenport to Galesburg to Burlington, where the potential risk is there for an EF2 tornado for the strength or potentially higher. Typically, when you have an enhanced risk, the tornado threat or the risk is greater than an EF2. It's either at that level or higher, so today's threat for tornadoes is quite high. And as we take a look at the wind outlook, it's expecting to be over 70 to 75 plus mile per hour winds later this afternoon from Aurora back to Centerville to Iowa City to Pura this afternoon. And as we take a look at your, there we go. Here's our hail tracker, or our hail indicator. Our hail indicator is saying a level 2 risk from Davenport back towards Missouri. So that's, again, something that we're going to keep our eyes on here throughout the next little bit. And as we take a look at the rainfall outlook for today, the Weather Prediction Center is hinting that some storms could create flooding concerns from Chicago to Green Bay to Burlington to Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines to Bloomington to Kansas City to Joplin to Miami to Bartersville, Oklahoma. Then another level 2 risk of flash flooding today from Cheyenne, Wyoming to North Platte, Nebraska to northwestern Kansas today. And then in Texas, a level 1 risk of flooding out in west and the Panhandle. Then we have a level 1 risk of flooding this afternoon for a good chunk of the eastern coast. Actually goes from Maine back down towards Florida today. Widespread towards New Orleans to Memphis, all the way towards Kentucky and Pennsylvania states. That's what today's flood outlook is hinting from the Weather Prediction Center. Now as we go and take a back look at your severe weather risk, again, no severe weather threats are in place today across the eastern coast, but it doesn't mean that we can't see some strong to severe storms like we are already experiencing. See those blue alerts on your screen? Those are special weather statements with a risk of hail and wind and heavy torrential downpours. And you see that one severe weather alert down towards Tallahassee? That is something that we're keeping our eyes on here closely as we go back to the storm here. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now east of Tallahassee, Florida here for the risk of 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. So the reason why we have a severe thunderstorm warning is because of the wind, not because of the hail. Again, this is radar indicated, so Jefferson, Madison, and Brooks counties, it's time to seek shelter, get inside now as we have this weather alert underway. Again, Greenville, Dills, Lamette, Caps, Loyas, Hamburg, Nash, Thomas City, Casablanca, and Lloyd, and Asheville, all in this severe thunderstorm warning, depending where you're at from Florida to Georgia. We're tracking some strong storm alerts right now across areas north of Jacksonville, Florida right now. Some storms in the southwestern section of the Panhandle, and some more weather alerts just to the northwest of Orlando, Florida this afternoon. If you know anybody that's enjoying their day at Disney World or anything like that, they're dealing with these pop-up tropical downpours this afternoon in the central part of the state of Florida. Then in the southern section of the Florida states towards Miami and Fort Lauderdale, just south of Port St. Lucie, that's where we got a strong storm advisory right now for very tiny hail and gusty winds, but also some more better organized storms, I guess we could say, for southern sections of the state of Florida. All right, you saw the alert box just blink. That means they've updated the severe thunderstorm warning. They are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning, but they've actually downgraded the hail. It was penny sized, now it's down to no hail, and gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour in the severe warning. Again, severe warnings still in effect for Jefferson, Madison, and Brooks counties until 3 p.m. Eastern time. So again, something that we're going to continue to keep our eyes on and monitor for you here in parts of Florida. However, today's main focus of weather today is out in the Midwest, over towards Chicago to Des Moines today, a level 2 to a level 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather is underway. We got storm chasers, we got spotters out there, and we got just a lot more to add to that out and about this afternoon. So as we go ahead and take a look at today's alerts so far from the National Weather Service, so far today they've outlooked portions of Des Moines, Winterset, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Davenport, Burlington, and areas surrounding of a tornado watch in effect this afternoon. Then you can see a severe thunderstorm watch underway for portions of Iowa and Wisconsin this afternoon. Did you know that if you go to Composite Weatherwise, you can actually check out hail estimates and rotation tracks? Yes, we've been using that for a while now, actually, lately. But yes, I did. But again, that's today's tornado watch outlook here from the National Weather Service. Also, severe thunderstorm watches. All right, latest radar showing a good long line of storms right now just north of Des Moines to Waterloo right now. These storms are producing some very heavy rain as they are slowly moving and progressing to the southeast. So again, no severe weather happening yet for this region, but we do have watches in effect for the storms to intensify. Question is supercells, is that a risk this afternoon? Well, we do have a few isolated storms beginning to bubble up. Those will be the storms that we will need to monitor here throughout the next couple of hours as these new isolated storms start to really gather in a very humid environment and a very well storm environment too. So again, watching things very, very closely. Off towards St. Louis right now, things are looking stormy off on to the west right now in far eastern Missouri. We got some thunderstorms out there. You see that little green line? That is an outflow boundary, so that's something we'll have to keep our eyes on. Let's see if I can pull out the draw tool. I can. I've never customized the draw tool yet on here, so let's customize it. There we go. Alright, so right here, is it not letting me draw? Oh wow, it is really delayed on drawing. Let's see if I can give it a better, let's try this again. There we go. So right there is an outflow boundary. That is wind coming out of the storm. Typically when there's an outflow boundary, they attempt to kill the storm, but I believe in this case today, it's only helping the storms, and it's only helping the risk for more new storms to develop, and actually that's starting to begin right now across sections of Missouri. So the isolated storm activity is just only increasing. All right, it's not just me today streaming. We got storm chasers out there. Here's a look at Brandon Kopic's stream. He is in Madison County in Iowa. They're kind of just sitting there. They're just waiting for the storms to really blow up, and that's pretty much exactly what we're doing as well too. We're just sitting here waiting for the storms to initiate even more and get better here. But overall, you can see in the picture feed here, it is very, what's the word? I can't pronounce it. But overall, you can see that the conditions are very, very, very wild. And as we take a look at Corey's feed right now, looks like we're just getting a black feed right now, so maybe he's off air right now. But as we return back to Brandon Kopic, we can see that he is just sitting there. And they're just, I think they're just trying to choose where they should go and what direction. But it's not just him storm chasing alone, he's got someone else with them. And they're in 2 different vehicles, so again, we'll continue to come back and forth to his live feed. Again, that's Brandon Kopic with WeatherWise in Madison County, Iowa. So again, that's what we're watching. And by the way, if you want to check out WeatherWise, it's free to download on Apple and Android. It's also now on Linux. A new update came out today. You can also download it on your computer, desktop. Again, WeatherWise is free. You can even view this storm chaser yourself for free right now on the WeatherWise app. Also, you can use it on you can also use the website too. And again, this is WeatherWise right here. This is more of a customized version of WeatherWise. If it's your first time going on WeatherWise, your WeatherWise app or website version of this will not look like this, but you can customize it. You can customize the radar, features, cities, and much more. You can also choose what kind of color tables you want, radar-wise. If you're a big fan of Ryan Hall, y'all, you go to the hamburger menu on the top left right there, click on that. There's a mode called Y'all Mode, and you click on that. And if you click on Toggle Y'all Mode and Toggle Y'all Watches, again, if you're a fan of Ryan Hall, y'all, you get his exact radar. Maybe in the future, maybe one day we should live stream as using Ryan Hall y'all's radar. We'll see. Maybe we'll do that today. I don't know. But anyways, the only thing I like about the radar is just I like the map. That's the only thing I like about this. But anyways, again, that's one cool feature there that WeatherWise gives you. And then, I guess it doesn't save what you had earlier. I kind of like the gray style map right here. We may go with, I think I'm going to continue this. Yeah, I'm going to keep my map like this. I know it's the default look here, but I think I'm going to go with this map. I like it. Alright, back to the streaming here, and back to the weather. Again, storms right now just north of Des Moines. Again, these are not crazy intense right now. There's not even a strong storm alert for them, so there's good old storms. However, we are tracking some gusty winds with this thunderstorm right now. According to radar, we're seeing wind gusts approaching 20 to 30 miles per hour right now, just to the southwest of Helix right now. Or Hulexley. Is that right? Helix or Hulexley? One of the two there. In sections of Iowa right now. So again, we're watching that very, very closely. And as we go and take a look at your composite tracker here, let's see what our hail tracker is indicating here. Let's see. Severe hail index. Oh, it is. Okay, it is indicating some hail. Potentially some very small hail, but it's nothing too concerning as of right now for the National Weather Service to throw out a special weather statement or severe warning. By the way, it's super close to the radar, so this data feed that we are getting is probably very accurate. So, again, we're watching it closely. And you may be thinking or asking, these storms were very slow moving. Yes, they are. We do have a level 2 risk of flooding this afternoon. And how much rain has fallen in this area? So far, 1 to 2 to potentially nearly 3 inches in some locations just north of Des Moines. Look at that near Story City. My radar is estimating nearly 2 inches of rain, so could a special weather state, or excuse me, could a flood advisory be issued for portions of Story City or Ames or Nevada here in a little bit? That is a possibility. We'll see what they do though, as heavy thunderstorms still take over that county. Instead of nice clear skies, it's the clouds taking over. All right, Waterloo, we got some storms right now. West Union, some storms. Iowa Falls, still some storms right now. Again, nothing strong or severe at this time, but the National Weather Service has thrown out a tornado watch and a severe thunderstorm watch this afternoon for a good chunk of, well, a good chunk of this area, I guess we could say. So again, central and northeastern sections of Iowa, a few counties in Wisconsin, southwestern Wisconsin, western Illinois, and northwestern, and in northern Missouri, and central and southern and southeastern sections of Iowa in a tornado watch. So again, we're watching this very, very closely. I know every time I use the 1 hour rainfall rate, it is almost accurate all the time, and it was super helpful forecasting the floods here, and it made my forecasting very correct when new alerts will get issued. So we'll see, but overall it's been super helpful lately. All right, tornado watch in effect until Let's see here, until 8 p.m. this evening for sections of Missouri, Illinois, and Iowa today for the risk of hail, wind, flooding, and tornadoes. Then a severe thunderstorm watch expires tonight at 9 p.m. for gusty winds up to 70 miles per hour and 1.5 inch size hail. Okay, I guess they were updating the tornado watch, but there it is again. But there's the big picture of everything right now. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look right now in Chicago, where things are looking pretty overcast at the Windy City right now. Of course, we're using Earth Cam, so we get these wonderful ads. But yeah, again, there are some clouds out there right now, but nothing too extreme for the time being. All right, so let's go ahead and speaking of Chicago, let's go ahead and take a look what's going on in the Chicago area right now. In the Windy City, Cook County. Nothing right now. It's just a mixture of clouds and sun, probably hot and maybe humid, but that is about it. All right, in Wisconsin, just west of Milwaukee, we got some storms right now on the west side right now. These showers are actually moving kind of fast. So heads up Milwaukee, some light to moderate downpours coming your guys' direction here in just a little bit from now. In Wisconsin, La Crosse area, some storms to your southwest. You may get grays with a few showers here in a little bit, but overall not expecting we're not expecting much of an impact. And is La Crosse in the severe thunderstorm watch? It looks like y'all are not in the severe watch, so just to your south, that's where you're expecting some noisy, intense weather. All right, we're monitoring some of these newer storms that have developed just north Brandon Coppock is at. These storms right here is where we're going to need to watch for the risk of hail, wind, and the tornado threat, which will actually start to increase. So again, this is just the beginning phases of the storms. Every time we go live and do national weather, we usually are here when tornado alerts or severe alerts are happening, but we decided to come on the air a little bit early for today. But again, this is going to be the zonal area that we're going to need to watch here throughout the next couple hours for the risk of hail, wind, tornadoes, and even flooding. So as we return you back over to Brandon Coppock's live feed, he is driving out there right now. You can actually see a nice puffy cumulus cloud, the updraft growing right now, a clear indication of a storm that is developing here soon or is happening now, just near where Brandon Coppock is at. I believe he's driving northbound in Madison County, Iowa. So where we're tracking these storms, that is where he is at. But overall, today we're going to go back and forth on Brandon Coppock's stream for updates. Of course, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to comment in our live stream chats. Alright, so where you see that little green dot right there with a little face, that is where Brandon Coppock is at. So every few seconds, this updates and lets us know where he is at, and we'll know where he's at. We'll know if he's in a severe warning or tornado warning later. We'll know where he is at as long as he has connection and his feed is still working with us. So again, we'll see how things go. Alright, so again, he is moving. Looks like he's moving. Is he moving eastbound? Yes, he is. He's moving towards the New Virginia area. So the storms are just to his north right now, but he is moving eastbound. So we'll watch that in Madison County in Iowa. All right, storms to the southeast of Des Moines right now. Storms to the north of y'all as well. Nothing strong or severe at this time right now. We are monitoring some new storms beginning to fire up in northern Missouri. We do have an active tornado watch in this area. So again, this is going to be an area this afternoon for storms that are really going to start to bubble up and start to fire up, bringing the risk of hail, wind, and potentially tornadoes. So again, everything and all the stuff that we're going to be watching here very, very closely. And there's two storm chasers that are live right now. Of course, Brandon Coppock, and is that Brad Arnold streaming? No, it's not. It's Corey. Corey is live right now as well. So Corey in northern sections of Illinois, and then Brandon Coppock in southern Iowa. So again, some great feeds so far this afternoon. Only two storm chasers. We may get more chasers here soon that will join the WeatherWise broadcast. All right, so showers and storms still continue right now across a good chunk of Iowa. Again, nothing strong or severe, but again, those little isolated storms you're starting to see that are firing up. That's going to be the risk there for hail, wind, and tornadoes here. Pretty much the event starting now, going until later this evening. All right, let's see. Do we have any other weather alerts? We have actually 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in Florida and Georgia here. Actually, this severe thunderstorm warning is going to expire in about 1 minute here. But again, a severe thunderstorm warning just east of Tallahassee, Florida. Latest update from the National Weather Service saying that the severe thunderstorm warning has just expired. They've also canceled it minutes early, so that is great news to see. Looks like we did. Okay, there it is. So now let's jump all the way to North Carolina, where we have an active severe thunderstorm warning just to the southwest of Flat Rock. And a second, is this North Carolina? Yes, it is. So North Carolina, there we go. Severe thunderstorm warning right now, just to the southwest of Asheville. Actually, here at the Storm TV Network channel, we have an affiliate station in Asheville, and one of their counties that they cover are under a severe thunderstorm warning. So we are on the air, I guess technically helping them out. All right, so severe thunderstorm warning right now for some quite large hail, up to $half size, and gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour for Transylvania County. I love that county. In western North Carolina. Again, towards the Cedar Mountain and Dew Point State Forest area, that's where we have an active severe weather alert for large hail, again, up to $half and gusty winds upwards towards 60 miles per hour in the state of North Carolina. So again, that's just one severe warning that we're tracking here in the United States. The one in Florida was allowed to be canceled just about 2 to 4 minutes early previous when the alert was originally going to expire at. And now it's just east of Tallahassee, Florida. Let's see here. So again, things are roughly quiet right now, but not super quiet. They're quiet and not quiet. Towards Davenport, things are quiet right now. Ottawa, things are quiet right now. But at least the next now until the next hour to 2 hours, this is going to be the area to watch here for the development of hail, wind, and tornadoes. The areas that I have circled right there on your screen. So again, this is something that we're going to watch very, very closely. And we're already starting to see some isolated storms beginning to blossom. So that's a good indicator there that some of these storms are now starting to fire off. And the risk for hail, wind, tornadoes, and flooding will be all there. As we take a live look here in just a second from Brandon Kopp Extreme, we will see that things are overcast as he is in Madison County, Iowa. Actually, he is no longer in Madison County, Iowa. Wait, yes, excuse me. He is in Madison County, Iowa still. He is just a county south of Des Moines. That's where his location is at. But again, he is driving further down to the south because the areas that I've just been mentioning, just mentioned to y'all, we're watching these isolated storms begin to fire up. I guess these could be in the form of supercells that are attempting to fire up. And again, as we have that, guys, storm chasers are going more east and more southeast. So again, we're watching it very, very closely. Where we have a line of storms right now in Iowa and central Iowa and north of Des Moines, some of those storms could become strong to severe, but the better risk for severe weather will be in that tornado watch zone. So again, a tornado watch underway right now for Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. Then we have a severe thunderstorm watch for Iowa and Wisconsin this afternoon. Once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything like that, feel free to throw that out in the live chat. I know, when I looked at the North Carolina storm, it did not look like there was a $half size hail. It looked like maybe penny size at least, but yep, I think they're going a little too extreme on the hail, I'm going to be honest. But again, something we'll, of course, keep your eyes on. I'm not certified to guess, I guess, on that, but anyways, we'll watch it. Alright, so isolated storms again in northern Missouri. This is where we have a tornado watch. We have one good looking storm right now in northeastern Missouri. According to radar, which is kind of far, it is saying some hail. It's being indicated near Lancaster. Here's a kind of a closer radar view. So all radar sites are showing a small little hail core beginning to develop. So the city of Lancaster right now, y'all getting impacted by a pretty good thunderstorm this afternoon. A storm just south of Ottawatomie right now and north of Bloomville. So between Bloomville, or from the north and south of Bloomville, there are thunderstorms beginning to fire up. And these are probably going to be the two big storms that we're going to have to monitor and watch here throughout the next several hours, as the risk of hail, wind, and supercell tornadoes could be possible this afternoon. So, again, we're going to watch it closely. And again, that's where we do have an active tornado watch in effect this afternoon. Alright, so let's go ahead and return back over to Brandon Kopp Extreme, brought to you by WeatherWise. And you can see, as it buffers here for a quick minute here, you can see a mixture of clouds and sun. We've got the cumulus clouds out there, and the cumulus clouds are kind of fluffy looking, but if you look really, really far towards the distance, that is a towering cloud with the updrafts really starting to explode. Unfortunately, I cannot pronounce the cloud name, but we are watching this closely. I don't know. Y'all may know what I'm talking about. It's not a cumulus cloud. I mean, it started off as a cumulus cloud, but then it grows, and I can't pronounce the name super well. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, that's fantastic. If you don't, I'm sorry that I can't pronounce it. But again, it starts off as a cumulus cloud, then it starts to grow. The updrafts start to really explode, and you can see it off towards the distance behind those trees on Brandon Kopp Extreme. So again, we're watching things closely for you guys this afternoon. You may be asking, maybe thinking, how long do I plan to do severe weather coverage today? I plan to do coverage for quite some time today, so this could last for a couple hours potentially. But again, we're here a little bit early. We're here as the storms start to initiate. They're really starting to develop now, especially that one storm in the Davenport area in northern and northeastern Missouri. So yeah, these are these little supercells starting to bubble up right now, and the activity is just going to only increase here throughout the next several hours. So here we are. Once again, if you guys have questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to tag me on Twitter, and that is a Fox 7 Austin meteorologist there on your screen, if you're curious what that is. And of course, right here, I have notifications, so of course, if y'all tag me on anything, it will be shown on the stream. So there y'all go. Alright, so back over to the radar right now. Again, these storms are just starting to really initiate right now. Let's see. You may still be waiting for a little while. Yes, I may be actually. Again, these storms right here in northern Missouri, they're starting to pop off just a little bit, but of course we're keeping eyes on it. There might be a point in time, folks, here in like a few minutes from now, we may just have the radar going and the music will be playing, but I'll probably return when we get an active alert. So that's probably what I'll be doing. Also, you may be asking, we have a tornado watch, we have a severe thunderstorm watch, there's not a single warning in effect right now. Why is that? I believe the National Weather Service or the Storm Prediction Center was trying to put out a alert watch out to get people aware or to notice people that, hey, the risk for tornadoes and severe weather is possible this afternoon. That's probably why they've issued a weather watch here earlier. But probably about an hour before we were really starting to see storms firing off. So that's probably why we have a tornado watch and severe watch in effect. So again, they're just alerting the public that, yes, the risk is there for crazy severe weather. But as of now, in the last 30 minutes, nothing's really starting to really get going. And as soon as I say that, look at this. We're starting to see a line of storms starting to blossom. Not really a line of storms, but this is the area of supercells that are really starting to blossom this afternoon. Of course, in the big picture of weather right now in North Carolina, North Carolina coming out of nowhere right now with severe weather alerts. Again, I mentioned this in the stream earlier. Today in the East Coast, we don't have a formal severe weather threat today, but the risk is there for some low-grade severe storms and strong storm advisories. All right, just so as y'all know, here at the Storm TV Network channel, we have an affiliate TV station in Asheville, and I do help out Asheville area, North Carolina, and here we are today helping them out, but not on the Highland channel. All right, so severe warning right now for Henderson and Buncombe counties right now until 4 Eastern for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. That's a new alert. Severe warning just in the Roseman area for Transylvania County till 4 o'clock Eastern for 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail. Now we have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Spruce Pine area in North Carolina for until 4 p.m. for McDonald and Mitchell counties for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. So it's actually a pretty good severe storm right now. Munching on popcorn. Yes, today's a good day to watch today's the good day to watch popcorn. Wow, today's a good day to eat popcorn for sure. As y'all are tuning into the stream, popcorn. Maybe get some Dr. Pepper. Y'all think y'all can survive. Maybe we'll see. All right, look at this, guys. We got some storms right now across sections of Tennessee. We actually have some weather cameras over here. We have a flood advisory underway right now in Tennessee, and we have a live weather camera that is in this area in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Let's see if there's anything crazy popping up. Oh wow, you can actually see the towering clouds starting to blossom. Again, I cannot pronounce the name of those clouds. I know what they are, I just can't pronounce them. But they start off as cumulus, and then they grow. The updrafts grow, and they get a longer name. Yep. See, I just tried pronouncing it. Did not work. But yes, there it is on your screen right now. The storm's off towards the distance. And again, a flood advisory underway right now in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Let's see. Let's take another live look right now in Admore, Tennessee. Let's see what this shot is bringing us right now. Overcast conditions for sure. Looks like maybe a rain shadow. Yeah, rain shadow effect for sure in the distance right now. It's actually raining. I just saw a raindrop fly in the camera. So, yeah, it is raining right now on the shot. All right, so I know sometimes my streams may be boring, but there's this new feature that YouTube is doing now. It's where every time y'all chat more than like a few times, you will start to get, there's a leaderboard. So the more you chat, I believe the more whatever place you get, the more points you get. So I think you have to chat like more than 5 times for the leaderboard option to work, but it's a very cool thing. Then I noticed on Twitch they do a very similar thing as well, where if you chat you can unlock stuff. I don't know if that's a thing on YouTube yet. It might be, but if it's not, I'm going to have to figure that out, because that could be potentially a way to make y'all tune in more, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, again, more you chat in the chats, you'll start to get more points, and you'll start to be on that cool leaderboard that YouTube has added recently for my channel, at least. All right, so strong storm alerts just west of Chattanooga right now in Tennessee. One storm just northwest of Knoxville. There's those severe warnings in the North Carolina mountains right now in the Asheville area. We got some storms right now in portions of Kentucky right now. A strong storm advisory just to the southwest. And we were just talking about Y'all Mode, which is Ryan Holly'all's mode. His live camera at his house area is in Pikeville, Kentucky. That's where he lives at. And as you look, there's a storm in the distance. And if we take this full, look at those clouds. It's actually raining there right now. You can see the rain falling in the sky. But look at those clouds. Those clouds are really blooming right now. Again, I've been saying this. I'm gonna say this 100 times today. They start off as cumulus clouds. The updrafts start to grow. Those cloud tops. And I cannot pronounce the name. Cumulonimbus? I can't pronounce it. But, again, if you know clouds super well, you know what these are called. If you don't, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Yeah, I potentially could. By the way, guys, I know... Actually, no, but I'm not saying... Never mind. I was going to say I know a new update coming, but I'm not going to say anything. Okay, I think if you're like a moderator on the YouTube chat, I don't think the leaderboard works, unfortunately, but it works for, I think, new people that join the chat and super chatters. That's how I know it works. Unfortunately, we don't have any more cameras up here in the Midwest, but hopefully they will add some new cameras. But again, so far today, as of streaming at 2:14, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, all of those taking place in North Carolina. There's not even a severe weather threat. There's not even a tornado or a severe watch. But where we do have a tornado and severe watch, we don't have a single severe alert or tornado alert. So North Carolina taking first place right now with all the alerts. But yeah, these storms are really starting to blossom right now in sections of southwestern Iowa and northern Missouri. Again, these are some good looking storms. Let's take a live look outside right now from Brandon Kopic's stream, where things are looking cloudy. Some cumulus clouds out there, but wow, it's really green there. I did not realize how green Iowa was, but again, that's where he's at. Again, he's in Madison County, Iowa for us this afternoon, streaming and tracking these thunderstorms. Very brave guy, and shout out to WeatherWise for letting us restream this. All right, taking a look at your watches right now. We have a tornado watch, again, under effect for portions of Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois. Then a severe thunderstorm watch for Iowa and Wisconsin. Both of these alerts expire tonight around 9 o'clock this evening. Chicago, not under a tornado or severe watch right now, but the risk is there later tonight for some wind, hail, and maybe even a tornado threat. Also flooding too could be possible for Chicago. So again, we'll watch that closely for our friends over there. And of course, on the bottom of the screen is the ticker of the tornado watch. That is active right now. I'm going to see here. Let's see. Let me make sure it's not just the tornado watch. I don't think the ticker has been showing the severe thunderstorm watch. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it. Yeah, tons of cameras you can find on Windy, but the problem I have about Windy is it's still image cameras. They're never live, so that's what annoys me so much about Windy. All right, there we go. We fixed the bottom of the screen. Also, we have an entire alert system right here, so when a new alert gets issued, I see it automatically pop up. But here it is. This gives me all the alerts in the United States right now. Severe warnings from North Carolina, to special marine warnings from Florida, to special weather statements in other states across the United States. But again, that's one thing I love about our storm alert tracker. Again, nobody has the exact same look as ours, but there are other alert systems like this, but this is the only version that you will see from ours. Or anybody, no one else has the exact same look as ours, but they have alert trackers. All right, anyways. Oh, you can find some live feeds on there? Okay. I've tried that before, and it never works for me. It's always like live, it's always pictures. It annoys me. When I want to look at when TV stations or anybody says they got live cameras, it's always still pictures. I want an actual live video. I don't want a picture. It annoys me so much. So, yeah, I don't know. Just to throw that out there. All right, storms are really starting to initiate right now across northern and northwestern and northeastern sections of Missouri right now. This is going to be an area to watch throughout the next 30 minutes to about an hour and a half. And again, I've been mentioning for the last, 30, 45 minutes now, right here in Missouri and southern Iowa, this is going to be the area to watch. And this is exactly what Brandon Kopic is doing, following my advice and driving south. So again, that's something that we're watching as storms initiate more and more and more. Again, the better risk today is hail, wind, and tornadoes. That's exactly where we have this active watch zone in this area this afternoon. And as we take a live look right now, Brandon Kopic's stream, you can see that things are cumulus cloudy out there right now. So we're watching that right now. We also have another storm chaser. His name is Corey Gernon, and he is in Joliet in Will County in Illinois, and it's also pretty cloudy out there. So I don't see much of cumulus clouds, but they're very thick, serious clouds, but not really. There might be a little cumulus cloud, but there's not a whole lot of cumulus clouds from the shot that we are seeing. But again, he is driving out west to where Brandon Kopic is at. Alright, we got a developing information. A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for Missouri and Kansas. They're going to issue a new severe watch here for Missouri here in just a second. There we go, it just got issued. Alright, I had a feeling that they would issue this. Alright, there we go. Again, a new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for Kansas City, Columbia, and western Missouri. The risk for hail, wind, and potential tornadoes this afternoon. And I was just thinking, I was noticing, we have these isolated storms that are developing. Oh, okay, we had a new tornado warning. I told you guys that the weather was going to be crazy. I knew we were that early. There we go, a tornado warning right now in portions of Iowa. This is for Wapello County until 3 o'clock this afternoon here. This is radar indicated. I was actually just about to mention this, how I think this may become tornado warning, because I noticed a little tiny hook on it earlier, but now it's not super defined. But as we go back to the radar in Iowa, we can probably get a better imagery of this, and yeah, we can. So let's take a look. Let's see, anything rotating, velocity. Our rotation tracker is indicating some very weak rotation, but it is defined to throw out a tornado warning. So if you are in the tornado warning, please stay covered now, hunker down. Again, a radar indicated tornado is underway in this alert. This is not on the ground, just to remind you on that. It's not on the ground, but it is a pretty good tornado warning. Any why is it cities and counties I cannot pronounce? But you can see on your screen, that's where we have an active tornado warning. Again, tornado warning until 3 p.m. Other areas include agency on this alert. This is until 3 p.m. again. Take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of your building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest sustained shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So again, right in this area is where we got some of that rotation right now. It's not the best circle I've ever drawn, but again, right in this area is where we got some of that rotation right now. Again, it's time to hunker down as we have this alert. Correlation coefficient, this is another way, another option, I guess you could say, to help us identify if a tornado is on the ground or debris or anything like that's being lofted in the air. As of right now, no clear indication of that, so that's great news with that level there. But still, a tornado warning underway. It's time to take cover now if you're west of agency and in the Ottawa area right now. Same thing for Bladensburg and Farson and Cliffland. Guys, it's time to take shelter if you're not yet doing so as the storm progresses to the northeast. Again, that's a tornado warning that is underway right now. And again, as I've been mentioning, we have these isolated supercells that are developing. The main risk will be tornadoes, hail, and winds, and that's exactly what is happening. These isolated storms you're seeing right here in Missouri, northern Missouri, these will have the risk to do the exact same thing that we're seeing right now in Iowa. Alright, again, earlier ago, we had this new severe thunderstorm watch for Kansas City. Severe thunderstorm watch expires today at 10 p.m. Then the tornado watch expires at 8 o'clock this afternoon. And then a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. this evening. So we have two different severe watches and a tornado watch. So just north of Cedar Rapids and south of Burlington, mainly severe weather with mainly very large hail and damaging winds, but cannot roll out an isolated tornado or two. In the tornado watch zone, mainly tornadoes, but very large hail and damaging winds will also be in a result as well. So again, that's something that we're watching very, very closely this afternoon. Alright, so again, back to the radar. Still this tornado warning right now. Again, it's our only tornado warning so far for today in Iowa. And then all the other alerts right now for severe weather-wise are in North Carolina. So, a new radar scan just came out. Let's go ahead and take a look at our velocity. And velocity is indicating some rotation, but it's not the best. Let's take a live look right now at our... Okay, wait, I just messed this up. Yep, okay, I messed that up. Let's go to our storm chaser, Brandon Kopic, brought to you by WeatherWise. He is just about, 40 miles or so away from the tornado. Maybe a little bit farther than that, potentially. But he is in Madison County, Iowa.
If I can at least get past this group of cars.
Tracking the storm. And obviously we're not seeing the tornado or anything like that. But again, just to let you know, we have storm chasers out and about in this area today. But yeah, everybody, these storms here that are developing, these isolated supercells are developing, will bring the risk for very large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. And that's where we do have that one tornado warning right now in southeastern sections of Iowa. So again, time to take shelter right now for the risk of large hail, damaging winds, and a tornado. Again, this is not on the ground, but we are watching it closely as this storm is capable of producing a tornado. It's rotating as it pushes off towards the northeast. Back over to our velocity tracker. Again, where you see the red and green meet together, that is a weak area of rotation, but it is a sign where there is something attempting to develop. So again, a zonal area that we're going to need to watch here throughout the next little bit. Again, just to the east of Ottomon in Iowa, between Bladensburg, north of Agency, and just south of Forsen. Time to take cover now, as we have a tornado warning right now in Iowa. Again, this is not confirmed, nothing like that, but since it is a tornado warning, and maybe to get you in your shelter fast enough, I would treat this as a potential tornado, maybe on the ground. And by the way, when you have a tornado warning, the risk is always there for them to being on the ground. So just hopefully that makes you want to go in shelter even more. If you're in Cliffland, you guys are, I think, okay right now, but Agency, just hold on for a few more minutes. The regional health center right there, hunker down in the hospital still for a little bit longer. Dahlonegen and Bladensburg, I would hunker down for sure. And Farson, it's time to take cover right now as this storm is approaching from your southwest. So again, right in this corridor right here, that's the area of rotation, or where the rotation will be most pronounced at, to be developing at right now. Latest correlation coefficient indicating nothing on the ground, no debris being lofted in the air, thankfully, but velocity is indicating some of that weak rotation this afternoon. Again, we have law enforcement in this area. We have a hospital over here. If anything's on the ground, we would get a report immediately as well. I do have eyes on the Slack weather chats, and as of right now, no reports, no nothing's coming into the weather chat right now, but I am watching it closely as if any new updates were to come out. We have our first severe thunderstorm warning of the event today in sections of northern Missouri. So we've had our first tornado warning today in this weather event in Iowa, and we have our first severe thunderstorm warning this afternoon in northern Missouri. An ongoing severe thunderstorm warning right now, just east of Trenton in the city of Milan. Grundy, McCurr, Sullivan counties, severe warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail until 3:15 this afternoon. Again, we're watching this very, very closely as this alert has recently been issued. But again, time to take cover as this storm is producing some very large hail and gusty winds. And by the way, where we have this severe thunderstorm warning at, we actually have a severe thunderstorm watch. So things match super well with the National Weather Service prediction. And again, we were just nearly almost an hour early with today's event. Just barely. We've been only streaming for like 55 minutes, so barely an hour being an early of streaming. And really, we're just 45 minutes early of streaming. And here we go. As mentioned, the event is starting to blossom. It's Otama. Is that right? Otama? Is that right? Hopefully. Otamawa. Yeah, I'm not good at pronouncing the city names. But as mentioned, guys, in the live stream chat, the more y'all chats, the more points you rack up, and there's a leaderboard y'all can race to get first place while chatting. And it doesn't have to be directly like to me. It can just be chatting with one. I cannot talk today with one of the other in the chat. But again, just throw that out there. We have the leaderboard system that's working today. So again, an active tornado warning. Yep, 2 tornado warnings just issued here. Again, okay. Every time I see an area where I think a tornado is going to get issued, I need to talk about this because I mentioned near this area where I'm thinking, I had this in my mind that maybe a tornado, and I was thinking near Newton we may get a tornado too, but okay, I'm going to have to start just telling y'all my mind. Okay, I'm usually super honest when I think alerts will get issued, and today I'm just hiding it to myself. So here we go. Here's that tornado warning. Tornado warning for the Newton area right now. This is going to be radar indicated for Marshall and Jasper counties right now. Again, right here, I have a feeling probably right here is where there might be some rotation. Latest velocity indicates... where is the rotation? I do not see any rotation. Oh, there we go. There we go. Exactly where I had it circled just a second ago. That's where I was like, that's the area of rotation. It's got to be the area of rotation. Showed nothing. Here's about 2 seconds later, an update. There it is. And how I knew that I believe there was rotation right there, when you see the radar feed is a little behind, but the velocity is more accurate. But when you see a storm that looks like this and a little curve occurs right there, right here, guys, we got warm air coming in the storm as cool air meets, and that's where we got the area spin that will attempt to develop. And in today's environment in Iowa, things like that are going to develop super well. In today's day, where I think the National Weather Service is going to be super protective and super overdoing, which is good, overdoing the alerts because, one, to save the communities, keep people up to date, and inform people. Obviously, the best thing to do. We want people to be safe, so that's why they may be overperforming on the alerts today. And again, we saw nothing rotating on radar or velocity just a few minutes ago, and now we are. So again, they're issuing alerts as soon as the rotation is, or as soon as anything blossoms or develops. So it's good that we're seeing that. And it's exactly what we saw with the tornado watch and severe thunderstorm watch that got issued an hour early before the event begun. Most National Weather Service offices, or sometimes the Storm Prediction Center offices, they typically issue the alerts as soon as the first alert gets issued. But thankfully, today, that is not the case. At least, there's been at least the past hour that the word has been out that the risk is there for tornadoes and damaging winds and large hail. Again, 2 tornado warnings right now in Iowa. None of these are confirmed, thank God. But again, these are just wind, hail, and rotating storms. All right, you see that ticker on the bottom of the screen? I'm going to take it off now, or I'm going to keep it there, obviously, but I'm going to get rid of it where it says severe thunderstorm watch and tornado watch. It's just going to say tornado warnings, flash floods, and severe storms. So there we go. There y'all go. The latest updates of the alerts. And of course, our alert system here showing y'all those alerts right now. Again, those 2 tornado warnings. The special weather statement, severe warnings. So again, we're watching. It looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning was recently issued in sections of Florida. Latest update for Collier and Henry counties in southern and southwestern Florida until 4 p.m. this afternoon Eastern. Again, for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. The severity is severe. The urgency is immediate. So again, it's time to take cover now as you guys are in this severe thunderstorm warning until 4 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. Again, a tornado warning underway in Jasper County, Iowa, and Marshall County. A tornado warning until 3:15. At 2:27, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Lambs Grove, or 5 miles west of Newton, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Again, the hazard is a tornado. This is radar indicated. Flying debris will be dangerous. Those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. So Newton and Lambs Grove, the rotating tornado should be in your vicinity right now. So again, that's an active tornado warning underway. Then we have another tornado warning. That's our first tornado warning of today for a city I cannot pronounce. Otamawa under a tornado warning. Right now, this is going to be radar indicated as well, but at 2:28, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Agency or 5 miles northeast of Otamawa, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Impact: fine debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs and vehicles and windows will occur. Tree damage is very likely. So the urgency is immediate with this. And in a big picture of the national weather, there's a new flash flood warning in Monroe, Pennsylvania. So just to add that there. All right. Dragon Soul is saying that I believe you're he. He said that he heard the tornado sirens go off in town just 5 minutes ago. Would you call again, I'm sorry I can't pronounce the city name super well, but thank you for trying to help me though. Ottamanwa. You said that sirens went off moments ago. Is that like a city in Iowa, or is it like a town? To me, I think it's a town, but it may be a city. But you live there, so let me know what you think. But anyways, the city or town is no longer under the tornado warning, thankfully. It's just northeast of the town now, or city, under that tornado warning. So again, now it's just the northeastern chunk of the county that is under a tornado warning until 3 o'clock this afternoon for Wallapello counties. Again, this is radar indicated. It's time to seek shelter as this alert is underway. Again, we're still following up on this rotating storm right now, just in the Newton area in Iowa. A tornado warning underway for Marshall and Jasper counties. And there is that little hook beginning to initiate, starting to develop right there. Right here is where we got some rotation, and where the storm is at, that is cooler air right here. Or let's do this here. Right here, where the storm is at, is obviously cool air. But when you get an open hole like this, this is warm air coming into the storm. The clouds like to dance around. They like to spin around. And that's exactly what is occurring right now as this is happening, as we're starting to see some weak rotation happening just near Interstate 80, just southwest of Newton. So again, we're watching this alert here very, very closely. Otamwa, like a sheep goes ba, but with a W. Ba, wa. There we go. Otamwa. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now I think I got it now. As more as I say it, the more I'm getting used to the city name. So thank you. But again, guys, tornado warning underway, and this is a pretty good. This is a pretty good storm. The hook is really starting to show itself right now, just southwest of Newton. Almost kind of like a classic shape here of a tornado attempting to develop, which is attempting to develop right now. So anyways, we're watching this closely. If you're in Newton, it's time to take cover now. So we got a really good storm happening right now. All right, this is going to be interesting back over here. These storms over here initiating. I am noticing a little curvature beginning to develop right here, just northwest of, goodness today, I cannot pronounce any city names today. Just northwest of Indianola, we got a storm that we're watching closely. Again, not strong or severe right now. There is an outflow boundary. Typically, when you see an outflow boundary, that is, an outflow boundary, that's typically where gusty winds are coming out of the storm, producing the risk of hail and wind. Oh my gosh, my brain is not working. An outflow boundary, that is strong winds coming out of the storm. And typically, when you see a strong, oh my goodness. When you typically see an outflow boundary, that usually attempts to kill the storm, but sometimes, in today's case, I think it's doing the opposite. These storms over here, maybe a little hook beginning to develop, maybe another area here. We're going to have to watch that closely as things are starting to blossom right now. Population is about 30,000. Okay, thank you very much. It's a decent city area or town. Sometimes radar smoothing makes storm features less visible. Yeah, sometimes it does. Alright, I would not be surprised here in the next 5 to 25 minutes that we'll get a new severe thunderstorm warning over here, probably including the Fairfield area in just a little bit as storms are starting to blossom. We'll see how things go though, but next 5 to 25 minutes we'll see. Severe thunderstorm warning underway right now in northern Missouri. Severe thunderstorm warning going in effect for Grundy, McCurry, and Sullivan counties until 3:15 for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. In the big picture of things, we have 4 active severe warnings, 2 in North Carolina and 1 in Florida, then 2 tornado warnings underway in the state of Iowa. Again, a severe thunderstorm watch for Kansas City, Columbia, Waterloo cities, but then a severe watch for Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Then a tornado watch in effect for Iowa and Illinois this afternoon. Let's take a live look outside right now. Coming in from Brandon Kopic. He's actually coming, his route is actually towards this supercell, this tornado warning. He's actually headed towards it right now. He's actually just entering the county that is west of the tornado warning right now. So he is trying to catch up with this storm right now. But what he might do is, he may go towards the Bloomfield area. We'll see. All right, new tornado warning has been issued right now in Iowa. I had a feeling they would extend it, and they did. So tornado warning underway for Washington and Jefferson counties in southeastern Iowa until 3:30 this afternoon. This is not confirmed. This is just radar indicated, but it is still a pretty good storm. So again, please take cover now as we are monitoring this tornado warning. Let's see. Do we have a closer radar site than this? I need a closer radar site. Please tell me we are not in a radar hole. Okay, my prediction was correct. I said between 5 to 25 minutes. Would not be surprised if we got a new severe thunderstorm warning, and they just did that. So there we go. A new severe warning just southeast of Bloomfield right now with a tornado possible for Davis County for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Every time there's a severe thunderstorm warning with the risk of a tornado possible, I would treat that as a tornado warning. Just to throw that out there. And especially with today's environment, I would treat those as tornado warnings. All right, so let's see. Do we have a closer radar site? Please tell me this is not a radar hole. Okay, there's one radar site that is kind of close by. Let's see if this helps. Okay, it's kind of helping. However, the storms are headed that direction, closer to the radar site, so this could help us out just a little bit. So let's take a look at velocity. Okay, there we go. This is help. Okay, this is much better. Yeah, there you go. Right here. That's where we got some pretty strong rotation right now. This afternoon, correlation coefficient indicating nothing beyond the ground, thankfully. We have a severe thunderstorm warning down here for Jefferson County. Is that right? No, excuse me. It's Davis County under a severe warning for the risk of a tornado possible. I am beginning to notice an area of rotation starting to initiate. So that's oh, there we go. New scan came in. Area of rotation now starting to blossom, and over here an area of rotation as well. So would not be surprised if we got a new tornado warning here getting issued for more of Davis County here, as these storms are just really blossoming this afternoon. But again, if you're in any tornado warning, please take cover now. The risk of hail, wind, and a potential tornado is coming your way now. Seek shelter immediately. Off towards the Newton area right now, still got an ongoing tornado warning. This is just radar indicated, thankfully. And that's how all of these severe weather alerts are. They are just radar indicated. All right, we got storm chaser Brandon Kopic right now. He is just a county away from this tornado warning and this severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, you're on the southwest side of the river that runs through that town. Okay, so southwest side. Things are looking okay right now on the southwest side of where you're at right now. Yeah, you're looking okay for now. We'll have to see if anything else can develop out in this region. And I am noticing some storms to your south, far southwest. We'll have to see if these can push more north-northeast. And if they can, you may get some more impacts of storms later. But as of now, enjoy the next 10 to 20 minutes of nice and quiet. However, the tornado warning is going to be probably canceled or lifted in your county here in the next couple of minutes. All right, velocity tracker here. Again, still monitoring area of rotation right here. That's where we're watching the most defined area of spin All right, new scan came in. So it looks like there's potentially 2 areas of rotation, maybe trying to get going. Just looks like just right over here. Yeah, guys, right here. It looks like another area of rotation starting to blossom, and in this recently more defined area of rotation. So it looks like we're starting to get 2 different zonal areas. And then over here in Davis County, I am noticing the trends of rotation starting to intensify as well. So again, we're watching things very, very closely here as storms are really, really starting to blossom up right now. Okay, you used to live in Washington County, so you know that county pretty well, I'm sure. But yeah, if you know anything that's like crazy, let me know. Is there like any big cities over there? Looks like it's mainly just towns, but there's like what you would call a city that's over here. Let me know so we can just be, crazy focused in this area. And of course, when tornado warnings impact like a really major populated area, we're typically just focused on that the entire time. But since these are just in rural town areas, and since this is just the beginnings of an event, and since we have so many other alerts, we're kind of just scattered right now, jumping back and forth with all the alerts that we are seeing right now. Again, a severe warning in northern Missouri right now. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. For Grundy, Mercury, and Sullivan counties till 3:15. Again, 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Any other alerts after that? It doesn't look like it. So it just looks like we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings and 3 tornado warnings. That is just about it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. When there's tornado warnings, there should not be ads. I agree. Because isn't y'all's job to inform the public or keep people informed with what's happening? Instead, you got a commercial break. I remember them one time. There was like a tornado emergency for like some city, I think, and they were literally just playing commercials. They're like, we're going to be right back. And the more people that are watching, that's how it goes for most people. When there's a lot of when a TV network or maybe even a YouTube channel or whatever, if there's a lot of people watching, they'll start to play ads, and that gives them a lot more money. So that's why you'll start to see ads, especially when there's a tornado emergency. That's why you'll see like the big TV companies play commercials. Here on the Storm channel, we do not. Well, actually, YouTube has these default ads, but like for me to manually do ads, I am not doing that. So that's YouTube doing the ads themselves. So I believe for me reading the chat on my phone, I have received some ads, but it's not me like, hey, I want to add it this time. It's not like that. It just comes out of the blue, kind of. Let's see here. Funnel cloud reported on the west side of Schurenburg, Minnesota. You said MN. That's Minnesota, if I'm correct. Is that right, Minnesota? I believe that is Minnesota, but if that's not, let me know. But thank you for that report. Let's see here. So again, 3 tornado warnings all in Iowa. We have 6 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. We have 1 in North Carolina. We got 1 in Pennsylvania. We got 1 in Georgia. We got 1 in Iowa. And we got 1 in Missouri. So that's the latest there with severe weather warnings. All right, and I'm noticing the area rotation is weakening a little bit, but there is still some well-defined rotation that we're watching here very closely. I'm still watching this area closely right now in Davis County, where I do see a little good pocket of rotation right now. I guess it's not strong enough for them to throw out a tornado warning, but if I saw something not quite large and the radar site wasn't super well, I would throw out a tornado warning. And just from past experience of covering the weather, and when I see stuff like this, yeah, I would just throw out a tornado warning. But again, we'll see what they're doing, and they're probably monitoring things very closely. That's probably what they're doing. All right, let's go back out towards Des Moines right now, where we do have an active tornado warning in effect right now, just near the Newton area. Looks like they have updated the tornado warning to just radar indicated. Still, it's been radar indicated the whole time, but they've updated it now for northeastern Jasper County. The threat is tornado. A severe storm capable of producing a tornado is located over Newton, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Again, if you guys are in any tornado warning, please take cover now. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid walls, windows, and doors if you guys are under any alerts. Wapello is, like it said, 4 for the town. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right, as predicted, they have canceled the tornado warning just northeast of a city I cannot. Okay, I could say it earlier, but now I can't. But let me just circle it for y'all. There y'all go, right there. Tornado warning's been canceled just northeast of y'all, and that's what I was predicting anyway. So, voila. All right, tornado warning. Oh, I did say it right. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, a tornado warning, guys, still in effect right now for Washington and Jefferson counties until 3:30 here. The risk is tornado. Again, area of rotation likely right there right now, but again, we're watching it very, very closely. I'm a little surprised, not even a little surprised, I'm extremely surprised while we do not have a tornado warning on this storm right now in Davis County in Iowa. Just southeast of Bloomfield and southwest of Milton. Why do we not have a tornado warning for this? I mean, we have some well-defined rotation, and the rotation is not as strong that we're seeing over here just northwest of Fairfield as we are seeing it as strong as we are seeing it in Davis County. So, just very interesting. And if I switch radar sites, it's going to show you the exact same thing. The more favored area of rotation is more defined just north of Memphis in Missouri. So, again, I'm kind of like, why don't we have a tornado warning out in this area? Because rotation is super defined. So if I could issue my own weather alerts, I would. If you're in Melton, take cover now. We got an area of rotation right now. If you're in Juanita, take cover now. We got a storm rotating right now. Likely a tornado attempting to develop right now. Again, the radar is really defining something right now. But again, I predicted there being a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see if I can predict a tornado warning. I think I can. But again, we'll see. Of course, last several days we have been covering the weather in Central Texas. Of course, I live in Central Texas, and we've had significant flooding here where I lived at, and we got some updates right now. President Trump is holding a news press conference right now in Kerr County. I don't know if I should air that feed on here. I mean, we did do the press conferences when we were covering the flooding, but for anybody watching, everybody's just mainly tuning in for the weather in Iowa and severe weather, not really press conferences. So I guess we won't cover the press conference, but yeah. You're counting on my info. Yes. Every time I give y'all information, every time I say something, it's always with honesty. It's not usually... Sometimes maybe like 2% of it's maybe guessing, but about 98% of it is me like for sure and really with self-confidence of them issuing a new alert or whatever I say. Yeah, okay. Why do we not have a tornado warning? Yeah, tornado warnings take priority for sure. And my priority right now is to keep the public informed and make us safe. And I'm just, why do we not have a tornado warning? Okay, rotation's well defined right now, southwest of Milton. This is interesting. West of Fairfield here, little area just near the Bernhardt area. Let's see. Okay, probably not rotation there, but still something we're watching closely. Alright, we have a storm chaser headed to these severe warnings or tornado warnings right now. Brandon Kopic, he is out right now. And you can see we got tons of those cumulus clouds out there. A lot of blue skies too. What are the temperatures there over there right now? It's probably what, in the 80s out there in Iowa. So it's very hot, humid. It is summertime, so typical for this, but overall, we have the right storm development for all this. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense for sure. And since the whole event was covering flooding, and unfortunately, when it comes to flooding, you got the impacts to people's lives. it was a good time, I guess you could say, to live stream those press conferences. And since we're not doing a Central Texas stream, it's probably not a good idea to do that now, and the whole stream is about Iowa weather. So we will not stream the press conference. But it is Donald Trump. But we're also not a news network, so that could also be another thing. If we were like a news network, maybe, but we're not. All right, so. All right, I was just about to mention something there. Tornado warning. Looks like it's been canceled. Yeah. It's been canceled. I had a feeling that that would get canceled because I did not see much of rotation at all over here. And they actually believed in me. Wow. I'm just still a little confused why there's not a tornado warning yet just southwest of Milton. Just a clear signature right now of something rotating or attempting to. But we'll see what they do here in just a few minutes from now. Alright, just east and northeast of Des Moines towards the Newton area. We got a storm right now. That is a tornado warning. I barely see any rotation with this here. I wouldn't be surprised if this alert were to get dropped off here soon. We'll see though, but they're still under this alert. And of course, I don't have a degree in any of this, but I would love to get one in the future. But for now, references, National Weather Service still says there's a tornado potentially happening. Just hunker down still and still be in shelter right now. But again, we're watching that closely for you guys this afternoon. Alright, hey guys, I love it when I'm right. Okay, new tornado warning as predicted, just south of Fairfield right now. I think the National Weather Service had enough of me complaining and they decided to issue it. So Henry, Berwyn, and Jefferson counties under a tornado warning until 3:45. This is radar indicated. Let's see here. Tons of cities included in this here. Take cover now. Move to a basement and interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest sustained shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So again, that's the latest with this tornado warning in Iowa. Okay, 1 second. I need to find me something to eat. I'm like all lightheaded and it's just I don't feel super good. I haven't ate nothing today, so give me 1 second. I know I'm leaving at the worst time, but give me 1 second. I feel like sick because I haven't ate anything today. Let me go back to the nearest radar site real quick. I'm gonna grab something to eat and I'll come back real quick. So sorry for me leaving, guys. Oh gosh. Even though you don't have a degree, you're still providing life-saving information. I try to. Me leaving to get food is definitely not life-saving, but it's life-saving for me because I'm starving and I've not ate anything. I'm going to find something as fast as I can, guys. But for the quick second here, a quick minute or two or three, here is what I have on the radar. Give me 1 second. I really apologize for leaving. Again, I just have not ate anything and I'm starving. So 1 second, guys. All right, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. I actually ate like 4 pieces of crackers. That's about it. But I'm making me a thin crust pizza. I think that's well deserved, right, guys? But yeah, making me that, and yeah, making me a pizza, and then I'll be gone for like 5 or 10 minutes. In like 20 minutes from now, or 30 minutes from now. Alright, so let's see. We have a new severe warning over there in Missouri, then a new warning in Washington. That was tornado. Okay, yeah. So that's no longer tornado possible, or was. It was a severe warning for Washington, Jefferson County, still 345. 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail. Severe thunderstorm warning north of Milan. This is barely severe, but nickel-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is radar indicated. Man, these storms over here in central Iowa, these are very interesting looking storms. Let's look at velocity here. Nothing rotating, but we got some strong winds. Up to 40 miles per hour. That is a special weather statement criteria right there. So we'll see if they issue a special weather statement. But again, that is right at the criteria of one being issued. Area of spin rotation potentially would be right here, just north of Newton, I think, because that's just like the clear area that I see where rotation could be at. But again, National Weather Service saying tornado warning for the Newton area in Jasper County until 3:15. Again, this is radar indicated with this tornado warning. Again, nothing on the ground, nothing be reported on the ground just yet. Then we have this large special weather statement for Cedar Rapids, Manchester, Independence here for gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. This alert will expire in just about an hour from now. Severe thunderstorm warnings underway right now just to the southwest of Iowa City near Washington. A severe thunderstorm warning, and we got rotation once again. This may get tornado warning potentially. Just north of the Fairfield Airport, we got rotation. This is really well-defined rotation. And new scan. Okay, new scan does show some rotation, but it's very weak. The storm has had history of issuing a tornado warning. It may be recycling potentially. It looks like that might be one of the events today where storms may recycle and become tornadoes warnings. We'll see. But again, little area of rotations attempting to develop right now just north of Fairfield. But on the southern side of the county, just south of Fairfield, we do have a tornado warning underway right now. Area of rotation, potentially just near the Cantrell area. But again, nothing too insane, I guess you could say, for right now. Let's take a look at Brandon Kopic's stream right now, as he is in Iowa right now, where we can see it is stormy looking, kinda. Is that just the normal blue skies, or is that storm clouds? I think that's normal blue skies. But, however, he is headed closer and closer to the storms. Once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to leave those comments in the chat. We do have the leaderboard thing back, so the more you chat in the stream, I think the more you watch, the more points you get. As of right now, we have Dragon Soul, that's first place right now in the chat. So, again, I'm glad to have that feature back, as it wasn't here for a few days. Alright. How is everybody's day going? Hopefully y'all's day is going pretty well. There we go. My OBS there crashed for a quick second. So again, latest radar does show, again, some of the storms out there. The rotation is not really super impressive anymore where we have this tornado warning, but it doesn't mean that there's Not rotation, it's just a radar. It's probably not picking it up super well. We are monitoring the last couple of minutes. I've been monitoring this area north of Fairfield. Rotation potentially starting to blossom. We'll have to see if they issue a new tornado warning or update the severe thunderstorm warning to a tornado possible. That could be a possibility, but again, this is going to be an area of concern, an area to watch here throughout the next little bit. So again, in the state of Iowa, we have 2 tornado warnings, and now we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. They've issued this very large severe thunderstorm warning for Cedar Rapids right now, and wow, look at this, guys. Even a tornado possible for this. Severe warning for Buchanan, Benton, and western Lynn counties in east central Iowa. Again, gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour, and the risk is there for an isolated tornado. So far, pretty good. Have not been blown away yet. That is great news. That is wonderful news. And actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the radar in your area. You're actually about to have a storm chaser in your location. Brandon Kopic is about to be in your city or your town. And he may bring the wind from the storms behind him. I don't know. But anyways, he's coming in your town right now. Probably in about 5 minutes, probably. You may see him potentially. Just stand outside, get some be up on the side of the road, on the sidewalk, film him as he drives by. I don't know. Maybe we'll see on stream from his stream. We'll see. But anyways, he is coming closer and closer to your town. All right. So once again, guys, we have 2 tornado warnings, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in the state of Iowa, multiple severe alerts right now in Missouri this afternoon. The KC metro area, Kansas City, by the way, guys, has a really good barbecue, but Kansas City, nothing crazy right now, but you guys are under a severe thunderstorm watch. Yeah, he's on Ryan Hall's stream a lot too. Yes, he is. We don't have like fully conversation. Me and him obviously don't have any conversations together. We're just streaming him because he is on Weatherwise. All right, Corey Gernon, he is live right now just south of Davenport. Looks like he's going to be these severe storms off towards the distance, and things are looking pretty cumulus out there as well. Looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning was issued for northern Missouri and the tornado watch zone now for Putnam and Sullivan counties for 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-size hail. I've been monitoring and watching the storms very, very closely in sections of Washington and Jefferson counties. I've been noticing an area rotation too. Earlier, let's see. Oh yeah, rotation is so well defined. Why do we not have a new tornado warning for this? Again, I've been right every single time. Every single time I've seen an area of rotation or looks like rotation could be at, I'm like, why is there not a tornado warning? A few minutes later, we get one. I think I need to be in the National Service Office. If I see rotation or anything like that, even if it's weak rotation, I'll be throwing out alerts just like that. Boom. Especially if I see something like this, which is again a clear indication of something trying to develop. And again, this is also obviously there could also be some other things in play where we see this blue dot here, but this is where rotation was at earlier, and it's recycling is what I'm thinking. So what the National Weather Service may do is they may either throw out a new tornado warning, or they will throw out a new updated severe warning. And the reason why, let's see here. So it's kind of a back build rotation signature. So we got the cooler air right here, but we got the warmer air right here coming into the storm. All right, National Weather. Okay, oh my gosh, guys, I can tell you I can predict the I can predict the alerts. I said they'll probably update the severe thunderstorm warning to a tornado possible, and they exactly did what I said. So Washington and Jefferson counties are now under an updated severe warning for a tornado possible now. I'm going to be honest, just looking at the storm here, I see some well-defined area of rotation really starting to blossom. So if you're in Pleasant Plain or Brighton, Grace Hill, or even the city of Washington, I would actually maybe start thinking of gathering your stuff together. If you're just laying around right now with your flip-flops, I would get ready to change those flip-flops to shoes. If you got any important paper, if you got any important documents or anything like that, I would recommend to get those gathered. You got any medicine or anything like that, time to get that gathered. I think now's the time to get things gathered around, as the rotation with this storm here is really starting to develop right now. So again, if you're in the city of Washington or Brighton, I think we're going to get a new tornado warning here very soon, as the area of rotation is just recycling itself. We previously had a tornado warning for the storm earlier, but now it is just a regular severe warning with a tornado possible. All right, we got Brandon Kopic in Dragon Souls Town right now. Let's see if this looks familiar. Looks like he is in city limits right now at a nice traffic light. Yeah, I'm very surprised there's not a new tornado warning with this. It looks like we may be potentially having two areas of rotation. One right here with the worst drawing ever. Let's try that again. One right here and potentially one right here, as two supercells have collided together. Okay, this is interesting. Just near west of morning sun. Looks like maybe an area of contamination potentially. Oh, no, it's not. That is a hook. That is a hook right there. I would not be surprised if we get a severe thunderstorm warning or a new tornado warning for this storm right here for the morning sun area. I was noticing velocity. I was like, this is interesting how there's like a little blip of just something, and things are actually starting to come together now as this hook meets up with this area of wind. So again, how things are going is we have the cooler air occurring right here, and we got warmer air coming into the storm, and when the cloud and the wind meet together, they start to spin, they start to dance around, and this is exactly with what it's occurring right now. And new scan came out. This looks like two supercells that have collided together. That's what it looks like. And new scan is still indicating something. Not super defined, but it is still indicating something. So that's going to be an area of concern, something that we're going to need to monitor throughout the next couple of minutes. And all this right here, these are three different supercells into one severe thunderstorm warning, which is absolutely insane. And if you look at velocity, you can actually tell that these are three different supercells, because you got one little area of rotation here, another area here, and it looks like another little area developing over here. So yeah, these three little supercells are collided to one. They're still trying to rotate, and they're just, yeah. Still have a tornado warning right now, just north of Cantrell and east of Milton right now. This was the storm that I accurately predicted for a new tornado warning, and you can see that the rotation is still well defined right now with this alert. Latest correlation coefficient indicates nothing being on the ground, thankfully, but still a pretty good storm. That is tornado warnings. All right, back all the way towards back towards Jasper County in the Newton area in Iowa. A tornado warning expires in 1 minute. I think the National Weather Service just forgot about that storm, because I do not see a reason why there is a tornado warning anymore for over there. But yeah, Van Buren under a tornado warning until 3:45 this afternoon. So now we are finally down to one tornado warning, which is fantastic. Once again, everybody, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, feel free to throw them out in our live stream chat. Right now I'm checking personal messages that y'all have sent me. Don't want to ignore any of y'all, obviously, so 1 second. And of course, if y'all have anything question-wise or comment-wise, feel free to tell me in the chat right now. Alright. I think we're ready to return back to coverage. Let me open some of these stories real quick. Okay, yep, area of rotation still pretty well defined right now. Oh yeah, now we're starting to see a little hook with this storm. So that's actually just going to help support this rotating thunderstorm even much better now. Little hook is dissipated now, but still a pretty good looking storm right now in Van Buren County in Iowa. Again, we have like 3 supercells into 1 right now. Right here in the just northeast of Fairfield and southwestern Washington. The rotation is backed off, thankfully. Same thing over here towards Wapello. Just southwest of Wapello, there was some rotation, but things have backed off a little bit. These are 2 supercells that are colliding into 1. That is just going to be the trend for today, I think. All these supercells are just going to collide. Tracking these isolated supercells behind these severe storms as well. Leon area, an interesting looking storm. Cordon, some interesting storms beginning to blossom right now. Latest velocity, not seeing anything rotating right now, but there's a lightning strike indication of some pretty good strength into that storm. An outflow boundary right here. We got strong winds coming out of the storms. Des Moines, y'all just got impacted by these storms. Nothing rotating, but these storms are creating some gusty winds. I'm a little surprised that there's not a special weather statement for these areas, going to be honest. Alright, this is going to be interesting to watch right here, how this progresses in Jasper County. Nothing rotating. Boy, oh boy, will this become a special weather statement. Look at that strong winds. The latest radar suggesting over 40 miles per hour, 42, 43, 53 mile per hour winds. We got a winner, 53, so we'll see how that goes. And over here, where we actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning, we're seeing wind gust well over 60 plus miles per hour. So again, these are well-defined storms. All right, severe thunderstorm warning out in Wisconsin now for central Iowa and Lafayette counties right now until 4 p.m. for 60 mile per hour winds and quarter-size hail. Also, even a flash flood warning in effect for these areas too. Here's a live look right now at Brandon Cop Extreme as this quickly buffers over. We'll get a latest live feed update. Wow. Those are some intense storms off and towards the distance from where he is at. All those supercells are colliding together. That's a crazy scene that we are seeing right now from Brandon Kopic. All right, everybody, I'm going to get my lunch here, and that's like almost 3:30, but I've not ate anything today, so I'm going to go and grab me some lunch, and I will talk to all of y'all here in just a little bit from now. And I will do a split screen here of Brandon Kopic and the radar in just a second.
just because. Yep. I'm literally coming into that, so that's good news for me.
Stop it.
Yeah, they just sheriff's department call.
That is coming this way. Bill, what's going on?
Hello.
Broad, I'm still kind of in the. Does not look like a character.
I'm completely normal.
I don't have your number, Con. I'm going to send a photo to Brandon. He can send it to you.
No bacon.
Bacon.
No bacon.
Rick speaking.
Nope, because there's bacon, there's frosting, there's Texas house butter. Exactly.
Scott.
No. Beep, beep. Ooh, beep, boop.
Frosting.
Looks like a storm developed. Yeah,
wild though. This thing looks healthy visually, it really does.
If I just solely based on radar, if I had to guess, I would guess that it's probably going to be dead in like an hour. The only saving grace is hopefully that southern one flies up into it.
Nope, I completely agree with you there. Hopefully that turns into a favorable merger. And I mean, no other storms have had a good merger today so far. So
honestly, it doesn't look that bad in person. I'm sitting underneath the base again, and it's starting to get its act back together. It's not tornado imminent yet, but just had a funnel pretty high up there, and there's still a lot of turbulence, and it's starting to lower its base again.
yeah, I see it developing a flanking line too from the north, which is odd to see, but I can definitely see it on my roof camera.
Well, that's good to hear. Hopefully that southern one slams into it, and we get rolling. Yeah, like, it's not the most amazing thing ever, but it's, I mean, for what it is, it's hanging on for dear life.
Alright, we are back with our coverage here on the Storm TV Network channel. I'm Chief Forecaster David Alford, and here's what's going on right now. We got storms that we're tracking across sections of Iowa and Illinois soon, but a tornado warning in effect right now just south of Fairfield in Iowa. We're also dealing with some severe weather concerns across Wisconsin, a tornado warning in Wisconsin right now as well. So we are watching everything very, very closely. Cedar Rapids, we got some storms coming your way right now. Tons of wind, rain coming your guys' direction here very soon. Also flooding concerns too from these thunderstorms just west of Cedar Rapids.
You're watching On the Radar on the Storm TV Network channel.
And welcome back over to our live coverage here on the Storm TV Network YouTube channel, where we're tracking active tornado alerts across Iowa and Wisconsin this afternoon. So far, nothing confirmed from what I've been told. But as of right now, one tornado warning in Wisconsin for tornado is threat and ping pong size hail. Meanwhile, 12 other severe thunderstorm warnings underway right now from Wisconsin to North Carolina to Florida to South Carolina this afternoon. And I think we have some in Missouri too, so quite a bit of alerts out there this afternoon. We got two storm chasers out there to bring you to. Let's go to Brandon Kopic right now, as he is in Iowa, and we can see it's pretty stormy out there where he is at, but nothing too insane from this live camera shot that we have been seeing. Anything else? We have another storm chaser that is in the vicinity. Let's see if we can pull that up. Corey Grinnan is in the storm. Nice looking shelf cloud. Wall cloud as well, I should say, actually. That's a nice shot. Also raining there. Let's see if we can pull that up. But very ominous out there right now. Yeah, me too. New severe thunderstorm warning for Cedar Rapids and areas east of Cedar Rapids for the risk of very gusty winds and hail, and then a new tornado warning been issued in Wisconsin. I think I'm going to have to end the live stream here because my entire radar is not working properly today. It was working perfectly fine with zero lag, but now it's super laggy and it's so behind, and that is not good on my end. There we go. New tornado warning. Doesn't mention, let's see. The wind has been observed. Nothing tornadic. Or, yes, something tornadic, but nothing crazy tornadic. But it is tornado warned. Damaging winds towards Cedar Rapids right now, coming into downtown. It's pretty much everything that we're tracking right now here on the radar. Here in central Texas, we got some thunderstorms. It rained in downtown Austin a little bit ago. Rain in portions of Williamson County and Milam counties. Thankfully, all the thunderstorms are east of the hill country where we've seen some significant flooding. But thankfully, all that is east of I-35. I believe there's even a delay on the stream too, which typically does not happen. So we're having some of those problems. So yeah, we may end it here, unfortunately. I was planning to do like some coverage, like all day event coverage, but I've tried moving the radar and it's not even moving. Yeah, the rotation's good. I believe it is. On my phone device, it does show it, but it's not popping up super well on the computer. So, yeah. Again, I apologize for the big impacts here. So yeah, we're going to be wrapping up the stream right now. We are wrapping it up at a good time. We've been live for about 2 hours and a half, and we're ending it around 4 o'clock, so perfect timing. But for the next like 2 minutes here, I'm going to be talking about other stuff, not really associated with the weather down in Iowa. So I want to talk about the YouTube channel here. Potentially starting soon. I've been thinking about doing gaming content lately. I don't know. I'm not really a gamer, but we may return back to those days potentially. And that will probably be streaming on my second YouTube channel, which I'm going to be continuing to work on. I actually have the link to my second YouTube channel in the description if you want to check that out. If you guys want to check out my other socials, feel free to do so also in the description. Another thing that's going to happen on the YouTube channel, we're working on more of a national weather program here soon, which should start, I don't know when, but we're working on a lot of code and stuff. But my producer has been gaming all day today and pretty much yesterday. I'm kind of following his path. I don't know why, but I kind of am. But anyways, we'll see how things go in the future. We actually have better camera quality than ever before on this stream today, so that's why we're doing this. So yeah, kind of testing out the camera, and it's working perfectly fine. Everything else works okay. It's just the radar is like super. Like the radar is super laggy. See how it's like glitchy kind of? It's super laggy. Yeah. So I don't even know if I can even do gaming content if I wanted to, because it's so bad already on my PC. But yeah. Anyways, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah, I covered these storms for about an hour. Now we have a confirmed tornado. Gosh, dang. Let's quickly. Oh, see, we just had a lag right there. I can barely even do anything on here. If the lagginess continues to get worse here in the future, we may not do weather for a while. Just a heads up, everybody. But yeah, confirmed tornado in Iowa right now. I hate to leave the end of stream here off on that note right there. The velocity does not even show a good signature of a tornado being on the ground, so I kind of don't know what much is being talked about. Oh my gosh, look how laggy this is. Yeah, it's so laggy. I can't even do coverage of being so laggy like this. If this wasn't lagging, I would continue the coverage, but I'm not. See, the radar is so laggy, but if I go back to the camera, it's fine. The graphics and everything else is fine. It's just weird. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. If y'all saw my stream yesterday, I have not worked on that at all yet. So, yeah. But for the next little bit, I'm going to probably relax, chill, take the rest of the day off. I will be taking a break of weather, unfortunately, this weekend, potentially. Even though we're under a pretty decent flood threat for Central Texas, I may be taking a break for that. Typically, I don't work on weekends, but it's not because of like real life work. It's because of weather YouTube work. I typically don't work on the weekends, but we'll see. It might be the radar. The radar is quite powerful, so it's probably why it's glitching so bad like this, and this is probably why I have to live. Yeah, see, like, look how it's so glitchy. It's so laggy. It's so behind. I can't even continue the stream like this. Yeah, I don't stream on multiple PCs. We're just streaming on one PC right now. I used to have it where I had multiple PCs, but I was moving and I was like, that one's too slow. I don't need that one anymore. That one's too slow as well. I need to get rid of that one. I used to have like 4 PCs. Now we're down to 1 PC and we're running on this. But we're getting a new PC here. I don't know when, but some new PC coming in the future. Alright, anyways, I'm going to end it off here. I know it's only been live for 2.5 hours. I said we'll do live coverage for hours, but my radar is not working. And there's a lot of new things I got to build. As y'all know, storm, we cover national weather, but not really, as we used to. And now we're just focused on Austin, San Antonio. And speaking of Austin, San Antonio, there's storms I need to watch just in case anything crazy happens. So, anyways, unfortunately have to leave you guys off here. I don't want to. Like, I really do not want to. I mean, I guess we could just do coverage, like, for me just staring at y'all, but this is going to be boring. I mean, I could show y'all that, but it's so blurry, so yeah, I don't know. But here in the future, and now, I'm still working on tons of stuff for this to work, so we don't have situations like this. Anyways, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll see y'all back here in another live stream. Don't know when, but we may have another one today. We'll see. But for now, I will talk to all of y'all later. Have a good afternoon. Have a great Friday evening. and I will see y'all back here. I want to say tomorrow, but I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be at my lake. Y'all know my lake house. I'll be over there tomorrow. And I get to, actually, the lake has gone up. The lake is at 85% now. It was at like 60%. What? I don't have anything else as storm reports. What are you talking about? The only thing I have is the radar. There's nothing else as storm reports. I don't think. I'm curious. One second. Let me ask ChatGPT this. Let's see here. I have a pretty old and kind of slow PC. What is better to stream from? Streamlabs or OBS? It says OBS is better. Not really. It's very laggy still. Kinda, but anyways. At least we were able to get this covered. Yeah, for like the first like 30 minutes to an hour and a half of every time I live stream, the stream is fine. But after an hour of streaming, it gets so laggy and things get so bad. Oh, I don't have that open. None of my I have different scenes on OBS. One is for on the radar, and one scene is for weather for Central Texas. And that one is not used right now. I have all those turned off right now. But overall, yeah. But yeah, nothing else is working. I'm going to try to play around with the radar some more. Does it work? Okay, it's working now. No, it's not. Never mind. I lied. Oh god, it's really laggy. Yeah, look how laggy it is. The map is not even loading in. So yeah, yeah. Alright. I'll see y'all later. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm gonna take a break for the rest. I'm gonna take like a 2 to 3 day break. I'm like so worn out of weather, covering weather too. It's also another thing. I took maybe like 1 day off of weather. I need like a week because I'm just so burned out from covering the flooding. You could have used that potentially. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, me either. I don't know. There's a Baron thing I could use, but that was also laggy. Alright, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm sad. I'm actually kind of mad that I'm ending the stream right now. It's because of how laggy the radar is and how bad it is performing on my computer. It should perform, when I'm not live, the radar performs super well. The first 30 minutes to an hour of me streaming the radar, it's fine, but after an hour, it just gets really bad. So that's why y'all may be noticing the past few streams I'm here talking, but then the rest of the time it's just music and the radar. It's because after an hour of streaming, it gets so laggy doing the radar. But everything else works okay usually, so that's why. And yeah, that's about it. So anyways, appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll talk to y'all on another live stream, as I said 5 times now. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great weekend. There's about a small chance I'll go live today. And if I go live, it will be for like the Austin, San Antonio area. Yeah, the more I go live, the more tired my computer gets. So, not fun. Yeah, it's definitely normal. We may have to go back to the old days of StreamYard, potentially. I hope not, but we'll see. Supposed to get a new PC soon. Don't know when, but I've been saying this since like February, I think, and it's July. They're taking forever to ship it in. So, anyways, I'll see y'all later. I said that like 7 times now, and I will talk to you guys later. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to message me on Twitter or Discord at davidalfwx. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Have a great night.
You're watching On the Radar on the Storm TV Network channel. You're watching On the Radar on the Storm TV Network channel.